Hey everyone, welcome back to the Nitty Gritty of Real Estate podcast. Today we're talking about going from renter to landlord. Let's get into it. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning into this podcast. We are on the second part of our mini series. Now is the time to buy. And we are going to break down the renting versus owning numbers so you can understand the difference between that. We're going to include a supplement for you, and we'll have a link down in the notes for those of you who are listening, and those of you watching on YouTube, of course, it's going to be right there for you. So Tom, why don't you take away these numbers and break it down for us?
All right, well, thanks a lot, Joe. So I'm going to be standing here and working on the whiteboard. I'm going to show you how you're going to end up with $146,000 worth of equity after 5 years of owning and paying your mortgage versus renting and paying your landlord's mortgage and him making the $146,000 of equity. So first, we're going to go with some assumptions here. The assumption is you're going to be purchasing a home, and the purchase price of that home that you want to own is $350,000. All right? If you use a 3% down payment, you're going to need $10,500 for the down payment. So we're going to label that as DP, down payment. And to acquire the loan, you're going to have loan costs, and we believe they're going to be about $3,500. So the loan costs, the purchase price, and the down payment, all costs associated with acquiring the property would be about $14,000. And how we got to that number was the $10,500 as the down payment money and the $3,500 that you're going to use for your loan costs. Now we're coming back to the amount of money you're going to need when you buy the property, and that's going to be the amount of money you're going to borrow from the lender. So in a $350,000 purchase and you've got $14,000 of money you're coming in, you're going to need to borrow about $336,000. So that's going to be what we call the loan amount, or LA, okay, the loan amount. With that type of a loan amount and current rates, you're going to be making a mortgage payment of $1,783 a month. That includes your principal and your interest. So your payment of principal and interest. Then your insurance, your homeowner's insurance, are going to be about $100 a month. And the average taxes, and I'm using here in Tucson, Arizona, are going to be about $250 per month. So your total payment will be $2,133 a month. So that will be what we call the PITI payment: principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So that would be your mortgage payment. And if you pay that for 12 months, for the entire year, you're going to put out of your pocket $25,596. So that's what it's going to cost you to own a property at $350,000. Now, let's go over to the rent side. On the rent side, for a home of about $350,000 in purchase price, rents are about $2,800 a month right now. Okay? So that's the rent for the house, and that's per month. If you spend 12 months, and that's usually what a 12-month lease is, 12 months, you're going to spend $33,600 for your rent cost. That's going to be your total rent cost. So you can already see it's costing you more money to rent the property. How much more? Let's take that $33,600 and subtract the ownership cost of $25,596, and we're going to come out with $8,004. And that's the savings you have by owning versus by renting, Joe.
Wow.
Follow that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about down payment assistance towards your payment. Down payment assistance, you can get up to 5% for down payment assistance. But for the sake of this discussion, we're going to say you're only going to get 3% of the purchase price of down payment assistance. That's where the municipality or another organization will gift you the money to use for your down payment. So,
and we just recently had a podcast on that going
Yes.
over the same thing.
Right.
So I'll link that also down in the description of
Yep.
this podcast.
So if you look at that down payment assistance is $10,000. You add those together, here's a savings about $18,000. How does all this kind of come together? Well, if you're saving $8,000 and you get down payment assistance, so we have the $8,000. I'll tell you what, let me change the color because this is super important. Let's go to green because that's about the money, right? We have $8,000 worth of savings, own versus rent. We're getting down payment assistance of about $10,000. Gives us a total of $18,000 that we talked about. If we only need $14,000 out of pocket expenses, we're actually ahead of the game here by $4,000. So we've covered the down payment. We've got the gift for the down payment, so that's a wash. We're saving $8,000. We have $4,000. That $4,000 could be applied towards the loan costs of $3,500. You're still about $500 to the plus side when we start pushing numbers around, okay? So let's take a second and think that through. That is money in your pocket at the end, all right? Now, it takes a year to realize that because this amount of savings happens over a year, okay? So after the year is over, you'll be about $500 in your pocket on the plus side. All right, now let's think something through here. If the property you're purchasing at $350,000 has an 8% appreciation rate this year, which most forecasters think it's going to be greater than 8%, but let's use 8%. Let's talk about the property appreciation. If we have a $350,000 purchase and it appreciates at 8%, that's going to give us $28,000 worth of appreciation. And let's say that's in year 2022. Then we have another 6% of appreciation the following year. Let's say appreciation gets back to the normal. That's $22,680. Then we take another 6%. Now remember, that's 2023. That appreciation rate is going to be, or amount is going to be $23,900. And the reason these are getting bigger here, these two, is because it's 350 plus the 28 times 6% gives us that. Then it's 350 plus 28 plus 22 times 6% gives us that number. That's why this number here is bigger than that number.
It's year over year growth.
It's year over year, or what we like to call compounded appreciation interest. Yeah. Okay? So now we've been aggressive at 8%. And 6% and 6%. So let's come down and let's just say we have a little bit of a downturn in the market. A 5% appreciation rate is going to give us $21,200, and that would be in 2025. And then let's just do another 5% appreciation rate would get us into a $22,800, and that would be 2026. If we add all these numbers up, it comes up to $118,580.
And that's with your payment locked in. Your mortgage is not changing.
No.
Your payment is not
Your
changing. It's the
payment
same.
will stay here at $2,133. But what will change, Joe, and this is very important, rents are projected to go up anywhere from 15 to 25% next year. We're going to be conservative. We're going to say this 28 will be raised to 3,000. The next year, it'll be raised to 3,200. I'm sorry, 3,000, 3,200, 3,400, 3,600. And these are small increases compared to what is being projected, and 3,800 after 5 years.
And where does that money go?
To the landlord. That would be the owner of the property. Okay? But here's something I want you to understand. This is appreciation only, right? It's only the appreciation of the property value. But you know what else is happening? In this payment over here of $1,783, partial payment goes towards the principal, and partial payment goes towards the interest. When you pay money towards the principal, the amount that you borrowed here, it reduces that. And what it will do after 5 years, it will reduce that principal to a little over $28,000. So we call that principal reduction. So add that 28 and the appreciation value, you're at $146,500 if my math is correct. 5 years, you have that kind of money in your pocket.
It's pretty good.
Yes. And we showed you how you can get the money to replace the money you need to buy with down payment assistance here, savings off of your rent here, paying the loan costs here, and still have an extra $500. And after 5 years, $146,000 of appreciation.
In the piggy bank.
In the piggy bank. All right. Oh, and instead of paying $3,800 a month, you're still only paying $2,133. Almost half of what your rent will be, if you think about it. If you double this, it would be almost $42,700.
In the next couple years, if we're following the trend of your rents, in the next couple years, beyond that last payment there, you would be double what your mortgage is today.
Exactly. And you wouldn't have this kind of money in your pocket.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is why you want to buy now versus buying later.
Yeah.
Because look at it. All right, we're not going to buy in 2022. Boom. There's $28,000 I lost. Well, I just don't know what's happening in the market. We're not going to buy in 2023. Okay, now I've got $50,000 lost. Lost because you can't get it.
Yeah.
Because the years have gone by.
A missed opportunity.
A missed opportunity. I say lost.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it is. You've lost the opportunity to acquire that wealth. Yeah. And the one thing we do know, we start here in life and we end sometime down here in life. We don't know what that time span is. But as years go by, we have less and less space to make money.
Yeah. Generational money.
Generational money. And as you start acquiring this, we go back to how can I buy more property and have generational wealth and create what we call mailbox money, passive income, money coming into the mailbox from your rents. This is where you start getting that money to start building your financial wealth through real estate.
Yeah, very good.
Yep. One last thing I want to talk about, Joe, here is that this is not as hard as it seems. with the right guide, the right real estate agent, the right lender, and the right lender is somebody who understands things like down payment assistance, where it can help you get in. The right real estate agent that says, this $350,000 home I'm buying is in an area where it will appreciate by 8 or 6 or 12%. Okay, the right municipality, charitable organization that's helping you to get this money without strings attached.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's be smart. Contact us below, and we'll help walk you through this if you really want to learn how to do this. If you don't, it's okay. I've said that, and I'm going to keep saying that. If you don't want to, that's fine. If you want to, though, if you want to get out of the rat race of living paycheck to paycheck and start creating wealth for yourself and your family and your family's family, give us a call.
Yeah. Wow, Tom, thank you for going over all these numbers. I know they can seem kind of complicated, and that's why we're here. If you have any questions on this, feel free to reach out to us. We're here to help. Like this podcast, follow us. Keep checking in on this, especially this mini series on going from actual renter to landlord. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next podcast. Thank you for listening and watching the Nitty Gritty of Real Estate podcast here with the Tom J. Krieger team of Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. If you are interested in buying a home, selling a home, or even investing in real estate, we have 5,000 agents across the country that we can connect you to. If you need any free resources, feel free to check out our website at www.thetjkteam.com. We hope you have a great day.